Okay, let's get started. No. Hi, my name is Madison Smith and I am 20 years old and I'm a college student. And I decided to make a YouTube channel because I have been watching YouTube for a very long time, as most people have. And I see a lot of content creators that put out content that I really love, that's really wholesome, but I felt like I could add something new to the table, just in the realm of college lifestyle, because I am a follower of Jesus, and I truly believe that if more people express their faith in YouTube videos, then we would have a totally different look into people's lifestyles. And so I wanted to create a channel that focuses on my college lifestyle. Yes, that includes what I wear, includes how I exercise, includes what I eat, and what my classes look like, and etc. But I also wanted to look at what it's like to be a follower of Jesus and what it's like to be on a mission for Jesus. So that's my intent for this channel. I hope that the content is very wholesome, that it covers a lot of different things that you're wondering and that you can relate to as a college student or a high school student as a young adult. So yeah, I hope that I'm good at this. Maybe I'm not, maybe it'll flop. I don't know. But keeping my fingers crossed that this is good stuff, that people want to watch this. But yeah, I am 20 years old. I am a student at the University of Alabama. I grew up in Indiana though, so I am an out-of-state student. So for all you guys paying for the out-of-state tuition, I know what it's like. But I am a dance and international studies major with a minor in Spanish, and I have been dancing my whole life, so that's kind of what led me to choose a dance major. But I also had a very big passion just for global issues like poverty and hunger and all these big hard-hitting issues. I really want to get more involved in helping people who suffer from those things. So that's why my other major is international studies, because I really want an education in why it's important and what I can do and how to go about helping people on an international scale. So yeah, that's that. What am I doing? So I guess some favorites. Maybe that's a good way to start off getting to know me. It'll tell you a little bit about me. I can say that because I'm just kind of quirky. That was terrible. But I think telling you my favorite things might give you a better idea of the things that I like and kind of my personality. You know, I feel like that always helps. So let's start with food. Avocados on anything, definitely my tacos. I love guacamole. I love putting avocados in my eggs in the morning. Just honestly, I just love them all around. I have a shirt with avocados all over it because I'm such a big fan, you know? Anyways. But yeah, I guess that's something to know about me. I know a lot of people don't like them. I don't know why. They're delicious. I also really love like coffee and tea. I love going to a coffee shop and studying. It's my favorite way to study. I mean, I like the library too, I guess. I don't know. But I love to be able to sip a matcha latte or chai tea latte, or honest, I'm a big black coffee person. I know I'm crazy. But I really enjoy those things. It's a really good way to start my day or to meet with somebody, or, you know, let's go grab coffee. I love saying that. That's one of my favorite things. In terms of, like, I guess my pastimes. I have a lot of pastimes, but the things that I just enjoy doing as like hobbies or hanging out with my friends, one of them is definitely thrifting. I believe that thrifting is a super sustainable way to make your closet unique and different than everybody else, and I think you can find some really, really good things. Even at the most like dingy thrift stores there are, you can always find something that you can do something with. So I highly recommend thrifting to anybody who doesn't take it up regularly. I absolutely love it. And it's so fun to do it with friends because then you find more options than you would by yourself. I also really love yoga. It's been really good for dance because as a dance major you kind of have to keep your muscles stretched, keep your muscles ready, and so yoga has really taught me to be able to do that. But also it's really relaxing and it really just kind of centers me. So I really like doing yoga. I also really love enoing. I'm kind of just outdoorsy in general. I wear chacos all the time, if that gives you any idea. But I really love to go on hikes. I love to go and just like take a stroll outside, go fishing, go hunting. I was raised that way, so I've kind of always done that stuff. I just love to be outside, and so enoing I think is like one of the greatest ways to be outside. And if you don't know what that means in terms of the verb, if that even exists as a verb, it's where you take your eno, which is a portable hammock, and you and your friends, you go pick out trees and you lay in your enos together. You maybe bring lunch and then you just talk, or you lay in your eno and you read a book. I find it so relaxing, and I just love to be outside while laying in a hammock. It's just the best. But then in terms of TV shows, right now, I'm really into Gilmore Girls. I'm kind of addicted. I've been binging it. Quarantine just gets you that way, but I love Gilmore Girls. Highly recommend. But my all-time favorite definitely has to be Downton Abbey. And I know you're like, middle-aged women watch that. You're 20 years old. What are you doing? Well, I love history. I'm a big nerd. And so watching historical drama is totally up my alley. And yeah, Downton Abbey definitely has to be my favorite out of those. But right now, I'm watching Gilmore Girls. And I've pretty much watched everything on Netflix except for Grey's Anatomy. Can't commit to it. It's just too much. But I've seen pretty much everything else. I love TV and I love movies because it just takes you somewhere else, you know? On that topic, I love to read. I definitely nowadays read a lot more Christian books that pertain to like Christian lifestyle or missions work and stuff like that, just because I feel like it's very inspiring for this point of life that I'm in right now, and where I'm looking at for my future and the goals that I have and the person that I want to be and the person that I want to help other people be, and the things I want to talk about with people. All of that I find in a lot of Christian lifestyle books, and so that's what I've been reading a lot lately. Kisses from Katie is definitely my favorite, but I can probably talk about a whole video on books that I've read that I really like, highly recommend to young women and just young Christians in general. But in terms of like literature, there's one book that I read in high school called All the Light We Cannot See. Hang on, let me go get it. This book has to be my favorite of just like fiction. I used to be really into reading. I don't read as much anymore, like I said, but I love all the classics like Jane Austen and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't read as much literature anymore, but I absolutely love reading, so that's another pastime. In terms of musicals, I know a lot of people, especially like dancers, love musicals, and I do too, but I don't really listen to soundtracks and all that stuff. It's just not my vibe. But I do love Mamma Mia. I love the fashion that they made in the movies. I love the just like feeling of the 70s, and I love the like, I don't know, I love everything about Mamma Mia. In terms of Christian stuff, worship music, that's probably the thing that I always put on just when I need a boost. I love all types of music though. I love country music too. I grew up in Indiana, but that doesn't mean I don't like country music, if you know what I'm saying. I grew up in a very rural agricultural area, and a lot of people listen to country music here, so I don't know, it's definitely flowed through my veins for a long time. So I love country music. I love, you know, some type of rap. Some rap is just not okay. Like, there's too much going on there. Some of it really just like is good for working out. I like dance music, like the EDM stuff, like that's good for working out, or writing a paper. I tell you, I get on that EDM playlist and I write the paper and I get it done so fast. But Christian music is definitely what I put on the most, just because it's what I like to sing to. So Will I, New Wine, those are definitely some of my classic favorites, but my favorite right now, and has been consistently my favorite for a few months, is I'll Give Thanks by House Fires. Ooh, it hits different. It's so good. There's something about it that just resonates with every problem that I have. I just can go back to that song and like listen to it and feel the presence of God. So highly recommend if you haven't heard it. Look it up. But then in terms of like my favorite scripture and stuff like that, there's definitely way too many to pick from to have a favorite, but I think the one that speaks to me the most every time I read it is John 15:5, and that's, I am the vine and you're the branches. And I think that scripture just kind of centers me back to God supplies me with everything that I have. I cannot live or be the person that I am without him. And it just kind of centers me, and I really like that about it, and I can always go back to that scripture and kind of be humbled by it. And so I think that's why I just kind of like that one the best, I guess. But then in terms of like my favorite book, I think for the same reasons as the scripture is Romans. I can just go back to it and I can feel inspired and different and learn something from it every single time I go back and read it, and I could read it a bunch and truly never get tired of it, because I love the words of it. They're so poetic in my opinion. And then in terms of dance companies, if anybody cares, I don't know, I'm a dancer, so I feel like inclined to share this about my life, but my favorite company is Hubbard Street Dance Company in Chicago. I did 2 summer intensives with them and I absolutely love them. I love the way that they move. But yeah, that's not relevant to everybody, so anyways, I'll move on. But I think some fun facts, I guess that's a good way to end this, is just to let y'all know. I can sew. I really like to, I grew up learning how to use a sewing machine and all that stuff, and I guess this isn't that fun of a fact, but I think, I don't know, like a lot of people don't know that about me, and when I say, oh, I can like alter something for you, they're just like, wait, what, you can? Like, that's really cool. And I guess that's a fun fact that not a lot of people have the ability to do that anymore, but I can sew and I like to do it and I enjoy it, and I actually have a job that deals with that on campus, and so yeah, I really enjoy doing that. And then something that really comes up in my day-to-day life is, especially like living in the South most of the time, is my accent. I don't really have one. A lot of people from Indiana don't really have an accent, but a lot of my family is from upper Illinois, so Wisconsin, Chicago, all throughout there. They have a very Midwestern accent, and I say mom, I say stuff like that, I say Chicago. Like, I really can slip into that sometimes just because of the way that I've been around my family and adopted some of the ways they say certain things. And so you might see that come out in my videos. It kind of just slips, but I also kind of slip into Southern pronunciation as well. I've definitely started to learn how to say y'all. I say y'all consistently. I don't say anything else anymore, and then I've adopted a lot of the sirs and ma'ams and stuff like that, and that's rude in the North if you didn't know, so don't say it to somebody. But anyways, I feel like that was just a rant about myself, but I think it provides, I guess, this audience with something to know about me before I start like really pushing out the content. I don't know if that'll happen, but oh, that's another thing. I burp a lot. I think everybody who knows me knows that I burp a lot. Oh gosh, I'm exposing myself. It's bad. Okay. Oh, maybe I really like plants too. I'm a big plant gal. You could probably gather that about outdoors thing, but I'm definitely a plant mom. I don't know. I feel like none of y'all care about any of this stuff. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you want to get to know me before you start subscribing to my videos, and that's what I figured. So this was an introduction. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, maybe subscribe and see what other content I'm gonna put on here because I have a lot of ideas. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.